Okay, Hotep my piece. This is only a 5-minute segment for my YouTube page. And today, what I just discussed was the case summary of my first 4 shows on Des Moines Amplified, and I went over from everything from the community on down to masonry. One of the things that one of the things I had covered was African spirituality versus the Black church, and one of the reasons why I got into that subject, which I couldn't get into too much, is there's some material that I'm waiting on. Once I get the material, I'll go back. I'm going back to African spirituality versus the church. It might be underneath a different title, but one of the things, as a community, again, I want to send a message out to throughout the United States, to all the Black community, whether you want to call yourself African American community, the African community, or the Black community. One of the messages I want to send is we cannot no longer allow the disrespect by white people in our community. We can't allow it no longer. We can't allow the Tea Party to disrespect us on the level that it has. Because anytime you try to degrade our President Barack Obama, no matter how you feel, he's a black man first. There's no such thing as he's half black, half white. He's black. Period. And what we must understand is an attack on him is an attack on us. As you starting to see the things that's going on in our communities, from police murders, police violence, police brutality, from high unemployment. We have the highest unemployment rate in the nation right now. Black men is up to 40% black men, especially. From that to abortions, which abortions in the black community is the biggest of them all in our community. It's up to like over 40% of black women murdering babies in the womb. We have serious problems in our community. We got real serious problems that need to be dealt with. We don't have time for conscious people to be bickering one another on who's right, who's wrong. It's all correct. If it's not correct, it will correct itself within time. The one thing we have to do is, especially for conscious people who know the knowledge of self, is to come together and find a way to work with one another peacefully. We have a lot of talent in the community to have another Black Wall Street, to make it even better, to where we can have an economic base within our own community, like Chinatown in Chicago, New York, LA. They have their own economic base, their own economic power, because they work together as a community. The Latinos, the Mexicans, they do the same thing. They put their money together. They share it within their own community, within their own base. That's because they have the knowledge of self. They do not depend on white people for handouts or waiting for white people to save them, because white people are not going to save us. White people have proven with Hurricane Katrina that white people do not like us. Matter of fact, white people will have wished that millions of black people during Hurricane Katrina would have died. And thousands of black people did die. Babies have died during Hurricane Katrina. Right now, we are going through a crisis in our community that we have never seen before. It's a serious crisis. We have brothers who are killing one another. And some of that is orchestrated by the police. All through the country, the police is orchestrating the murder of black men throughout the country, through the way of snitching, through the way of playing one against another. A lot of this is by design, and until black people wake up and realize that white people have been playing us by puppets for years. We'll continue to be victims of our own, how can I put it, of our own stupidity. And basically that's what it is. It'd be victims of our own stupidity. Because by now we should know that the police have a history of setting up brothers and sisters throughout the country. In LA, they've been known to take a blood and drop them off in Crip territory, knowing what will happen to them. And I'm not trying to digress. I'm not going to go digress or nothing like that. But my point is, we can no longer allow black leadership to lead us astray. We must start to do things on our own. We can't wait for Al Sharpton, who I respect. He's doing he's doing what he can do. And I respect that. But we can't wait for black leadership in our communities and nationwide to do the things that we have to do. In Des Moines by itself, they're gonna have an NAACP banquet here tonight. And the NAACP in Des Moines has done nothing for black people in Des Moines. They have done nothing. They have sold out black people. They only show up when it benefits themselves. That little circus they did when they started fighting at Forest Avenue, they had that big fight, and then all of a sudden they want to have a meeting at Keene's school, and then they want to try to shut me up, which they couldn't. Betty Andrews want to try to take a mic away from me after I said that the black leadership in Des Moines is full of shit. They are full of shit. She wanted me to spell it out. I told it like it is. The black leadership is full of shit. You got all those white folk in that room who do not care about black people. They was just there just to be nosy. They don't have the interest of black people, especially in Des Moines, at the interest in their heart. Now I know there's some white people who maybe they do have the interest of black people who were there that day. Maybe there was some, but the ones I know, especially those police officers, did not. They laughed when Klitschko got gunned down. They're laughing at the people because the people were upset. He got gunned down. He died. The people were upset and the police laughed at that. The Des Moines Police Department, or the Des Moines Pig Department, as Brother Jamal used to say. So come on, man. And then the NAACP is going to have a banquet. $50. You're going to sit down. You're going to have 5 forks, 5 spoons. What the hell do you need? What the fuck do you need with 5 forks, 5 spoons? For what? You're going to tuxedos and suits looking good, and you didn't do a damn thing for the community. That's a disgrace to me. Because with that $50 would go a long way to help out a young mom, a single young mom with a baby. That $50 would go a long way. But instead, you don't see the NAACP out here for us, boy. They up there hiding in their corporate offices. They up there hiding in the buildings with their oppressor. They probably got a room up here tonight. We're going to get it on after the banquet with their with their white handler. I ain't going to say oppressor with their white handler. I'm going to call it like it is, because the black leadership in Des Moines, a lot of them have been their asses over and took it up their ass. A lot of them have paraded down 6th Avenue with their skirt. I'm saying that metaphorically. But they have paraded down, prostituting their ass to get some change, to keep us silent and not do nothing for the community. Hey, it is what it is. Black leadership here, the Black Leadership Coalition, the black leadership here are nothing more than prostitutes. So the message to the community is it's time for us to stop with this silliness, with this silly fighting, backbiting amongst one another, fighting over crap that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Fighting in the club, fighting in the street don't mean. Fighting over things that don't mean nothing, and stop fighting for things that do mean something. Stop building institutions, and not, you don't have to be physical institutions, but physical institutions as far as people wise amongst us that might help us grow. You got young kids out here looking up to this dope dealing crap. They're not now they're starting to show dope dealing movies and glorifying dope dealing. What kind of crap is that? How you gonna glorify dope dealing when dope dealing has destroyed a community, has destroyed this community, played a big role in destroying the community? The CIA brought in the dope. That's from Gary Webb, the Dark Alliance. Come on, man. All I'm saying now is to the little people. You don't have to make an announcement. You don't have to go to the TV and tell them, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. You don't have to go to the media and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's unnecessary. All you need to do is when you see a young man and woman walking down the street and doing something that's wrong or not right, all you got to do is pull them to the side and talk to them. You don't need no audience. If you want to get a study group started, you don't need no audience. Just do it. What do you need an audience for? It don't make no sense. The only audience you need is to affect the message of unity. Give our young people, especially give our young Black African brothers and sisters the knowledge and self that they need. Because we in crucial times here. And in Des Moines, we're in crucial times here in Des Moines too. There's no way in the world that we could keep on doing what we're doing and to expect to survive 50 years from now. There's no way. As I stated before, and I'll state this one more time, white people do not like Black people consciously or subconsciously. I'm not saying all, but you gotta look at the behavior, and the behavior has been very evident lately. So as I close off of here, study group, meeting up at houses, having discussion, giving a young person some knowledge on the street corner, when you got off the internet, which is factual. You gotta start doing these things. It's small things is gonna make the difference. And next time I post up, I'll give out more ideas on what you can do to make a difference in the community. And if you want me to come to your town and show you and tell you what you should do, my number is 515-724-1909. 515-724-1909. CASON360, CASON 360 at AOL.com if you want to email me. You can Twitter me at my Twitter account, CASON360, or Facebook me. CASON, now you got to spell out 360. You can get a hold of me. And for real, it's the small things that'll make the difference. The smallest things, you'll be surprised. I'm signing off. But I love all my Black people. We love everybody. You gotta have love for everybody. Ain't no hate coming from me. It's only the truth. So as I sign off, Habana Ghani, Asante Sana, peace. That's all I wanted to do.